The United States was shaped by a group of extraordinary men known as the Founding Fathers, but behind the famous portraits and the polished history books, their real lives were filled with secrets, scandals, rivalries, and unbelievable moments that most people never hear about. Today, we uncover the hidden stories of George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, Alexander Hamilton, and John Adams, stories that reveal the human side of America's greatest leaders. Most people think Washington wanted to be president, but he actually didn't. After the Revolutionary War, Washington planned to retire permanently. But the new nation started falling apart, states were fighting, debts were rising. The people begged Washington to return. A secret letter shows he said becoming president felt like a death sentence. Washington also survived multiple assassination attempts during the war. One even involved spies inside his own guard. Another hidden fact, his famous wooden teeth? They weren't wooden. They were made of human teeth, animal teeth, and ivory. Franklin was not just a founding father. He was America's first international celebrity. But what people don't know is that he was also involved in espionage. During the Revolution, Franklin secretly sent coded messages to France. His house in London was secretly searched, and British spies stole over 10,000 pages of his private letters. He even created an early form of the whistleblower system to expose corruption. Franklin also founded the first fire department, first public library, and even invented the glass harmonica, an instrument used by Mozart. Jefferson wrote the words, "All men are created equal." But behind the scenes, he lived a life full of contradictions. He collected fossils, studied dozens of languages, and was obsessed with architecture. Jefferson also had one of the largest secret book collections in America. When the Library of Congress burned, he sold his entire personal library, 6,487 books, to rebuild it. Hidden story, Jefferson invented an early version of the copy machine using dual pens, connected by a mechanical arm. Hamilton was born out of wedlock in the Caribbean. He arrived in America with no money. By age 19, he wrote essays so powerful that George Washington recruited him. He built the U.S. financial system from nothing. But Hamilton also lived one of the most dramatic political lives in American history. He was blackmailed over a secret affair. He fought constant political battles with Jefferson. His rivalry with Aaron Burr ended in the famous Hamilton-Burr duel, where Hamilton was fatally shot. Hidden fact, Hamilton wrote 51 out of 85 Federalist Papers, almost single-handedly defending the Constitution. Adams doesn't get the same fame as Washington or Jefferson, but he was the intellectual engine of independence. He was the first founding father to call for a complete break from Britain. Adams also defended British soldiers after the Boston Massacre, even though he supported independence, because he believed in the rule of law. Hidden story, Adams and Jefferson were fierce rivals, then close friends, and they both died on the same day, July 4th, 1826, exactly 50 years after the Declaration of Independence. These men were not perfect. They were not superhuman. They were real people, filled with flaws, ambition, secrets, and courage. But their ideas reshaped the world. And the hidden stories of the Founding Fathers show that history is not just about dates and battles. It's about people and the incredible journeys that built a nation.